From the Cronkite Studios in downtown Phoenix, this is Cronkite News.
An ongoing look at the issue of opioid overdoses, what some chronic pain patients are turning to for relief.
And how Mexican gray wolves are successfully finding their place in Arizona wildlife.
Plus, more than 1,700 miles separate Phoenix and Chicago, but the distance isn't stopping many Chicago Cubs fans from embracing their World Series appearance.
Cronkite News starts now.
Good evening and welcome to Cronkite News on Arizona PBS. I'm Alex Capriello.
And I'm Alexis Ducrath. Thank you for joining us. Breaking news tonight, Sheriff Joe Arpaio has been formally charged with criminal contempt of court for ignoring a judge's order in a racial profiling case.
Prosecutors promised 2 weeks ago that they would charge Sheriff Joe Arpaio, but the misdemeanor count wasn't officially filed until a judge signed an order today. Arpaio could face up to 6 months in jail if convicted. The sheriff has acknowledged defying a judge's order in the profiling case to stop his immigration patrols. Arpaio's officers were found to have violated the rights of Latinos. Arpaio's lawyer and the sheriff's office didn't immediately return calls seeking comment. The charge comes as Arpaio is seeking a 7th term in office. Reporter Natalie Tarangoli is following the latest in the race.
Opponents of Arpaio are going door to door in Maricopa County, urging residents to vote against Arpaio on Election Day. Organizers and Mayor Greg Stanton were in Phoenix as they prepare for the final push.
They believe in this community and they know that.
The Arpaio campaign said they feel like they're in good shape in terms of voter support as they approach the election. Natalie Tarangoli, Cronkite News.
We have new numbers on early voting from Maricopa County Recorder's Office.
As of today, about 20% of registered voters in the county have already cast their ballots. As of this morning, the Recorder's Office had received 405,224 early ballots by mail, and 7,726 people have voted in person at early voting locations. For comparison, there are about 2 million registered voters in the county. Just shy of 1 million people voted early in Maricopa County in the 2012 general election.
In the presidential race, Democratic presidential nominee Hillary Clinton is campaigning in Florida today, attacking Trump's knowledge of governing.
At the event in Coconut Creek, she spoke about her perception of Trump's understanding of the presidency.
I think this all started when George Washington refused to become a king, right? Now, Donald Trump probably would have called him a loser. Instead, that was one of the most important decisions any president has ever made. 8 years, it's time to move on.
Clinton added that the first thing a president does is take an oath to defend the Constitution, and she has doubts whether Trump understands what that means. Republican presidential nominee Donald Trump making sure people know his opinions on the hike in Obamacare costs.
Trump told the crowd in Sanford, Florida, that Obamacare is no good and he would never use it.
They said 25%. Forget 20. You'll take 25%. It's going to be 60, 70, 80, 90%. In the great state of Arizona, it's over 100%. It is crazy.
Trump also visited his golf course in Florida, where he spoke with some of his employees on Obamacare.
For those enrolling in Marketplace plans, be ready for sticker shock.
There are 2 remaining Affordable Care Act insurers in Arizona, and they are raising rates by 50 to 75%.
Blue Cross Blue Shield of Arizona and Centene and Better will be the only Marketplace options in Arizona starting in 2017. Non-Marketplace plans, Aetna, Cigna, and Phoenix Health plans.
The No on Prop 205 campaign is getting a major donation of $500,000. The latest donation to the campaign against legalizing recreational marijuana in Arizona comes from billionaire and Las Vegas casino owner Sheldon Adelson. Contributing against marijuana legalization is nothing new for Adelson. He gave about $5 million in 2014 in opposition to marijuana legalization in Florida and $2 million in Nevada. The No on Prop 205 campaign has raised more than $4 million to date.
Drug overdose is the leading cause of accidental death in the United States, according to the American Society of Addiction Medicine. Now, doctors and patients are turning to alternative forms of treatment to ease pain and reduce the need for powerful and sometimes deadly painkillers. Reporter Kate Pfeiffer investigated the trend and joins us live in the control room.
Prescription pain relievers account for more than 40% of all drug overdoses, and more than 1.9 million Americans are addicted to prescription pills. But some chronic pain patients are turning to alternative forms of treatment for relief.
Eric Johnson lives with fibromyalgia and
Many chronic pain patients fear that the national attention on addiction will keep doctors from legitimately prescribing prescription pills for patients in pain. In the control room, Kate Pfeiffer, Cronkite News.
Our Public Insight Network Bureau gathered national responses from people who use medical marijuana as an alternative way to handle physical pain. Lisa Olson, who has multiple sclerosis, said, "People who use medical marijuana every day aren't walking around in a fog. We aren't high, we own businesses, teach students, take care of patients, raise our children, serve in our communities, and care about things like organic foods and healthy lifestyles. We aren't lazy, we aren't immoral." Matthew Prince, who is a veteran, used to use medical marijuana to control his pain from spinal stenosis. He said, "While I lived in California, I had my medical card and had 2 to 5 bad spasms a month. I was working with no problems. We had to move to Oklahoma, where medical marijuana is illegal. I'm on 3 pain meds, 2 muscle relaxers, and 2 other meds to control the side effects." If you have experience with using medical marijuana as an alternative way to handle physical pain and would like to participate in our survey, you can go online to cronkitenews.azpbs.org to fill out our online query and share your story.
The last time the Chicago Cubs won the World Series, Arizona was still 4 years out from its statehood.
But today, it's home to many Chicago natives and Cubs fans. Coming up on Cronkite News.
Valley Cubs fans are making sure their cheers and support is received across the country. How some local bars and restaurants are making a little Chicago for the World Series.
And it's not too hot out there right now, but that's all about to change. I'll tell you how many records we could break over the next couple days, coming up next.
The last time the Chicago Cubs won the World Series, Arizona wasn't even a state yet. The year was 1908.
And the last time the Cleveland Indians won the series, it was 1948, and the Arizona population was less than 750,000. But today in Arizona, both Indians and Cubs take the field together in the Arizona Fall League. Reporter Gina Berg took the diamond with the Mesa Solar Sox.
Cleveland isn't the only place where Chicago Cubs and Cleveland Indians jerseys will appear on the same field. In Mesa, Gina Berg, Cronkite News.
Schwarber is in tonight's Game 1 lineup as the designated hitter, batting 5th for the Cubs. He will have plenty of support here in the Valley. Long known as a haven for folks with roots in Chicago, it should come as no surprise that Cubs fans have been showing up in big numbers at bars and restaurants in the area with Windy City connections. Giselle Cancio is out at Half Moon Windy City Sports Grill in Phoenix, where Cubs fans are getting excited. Giselle?
Half Moon here in the Biltmore area is packed with memorabilia from Chicago's deep sports history. But Cub fans are focused on trying to eliminate a 71-year-old's piece of history over the next week. And Half Moon is roasting a goat in efforts of trying to make what's known as the curse of the Billy Goat a thing of the past.
Back in 1945, of course, the Billy Goat curse started, and it's...
If one thing's for sure, it's that there's strength in numbers. According to Crane's Chicago business, Phoenix was the top out-of-state relocation for Chicagoans looking for a new home between 2009 and 2013, making this week a great week for business. Live in Phoenix, Giselle Cancio, Cronkite News.
Lots of fun out there for fans as the series gets underway. Here with us now is Tyler Klaus from the Weather Center.
So Tyler, big game tonight for both the Indians and the Cubs. What can we expect if you're going out there?
Well, it's going to be really chilly according to Arizona standards, but if you're in Cincinnati, Ohio, it's not going to be bad. It's going to be about 51 degrees at tip-off with partly cloudy skies, but that wind is going to be up there a little bit. It's going to be about 11 miles per hour, so that could affect some of the home run balls and foul balls, so we'll have to see and watch the game. But back here in Arizona, temperatures are really with partly cloudy skies. Tyler Klaus, Cronkite Weather.
A programming helping cross-foster Mexican gray wolves is finding success.
Coming up on Cronkite News, how wolf pups born in zoos are being reintroduced into their natural habitat.
This is Cronkite News.
Welcome to this Cronkite News update here on Facebook Live. I'm Caitlin Greno. Here's a look at the top stories we're tracking today at noon. The presidential election is less than 3 weeks away, and today a new poll showing Arizona leaning to the left. The latest Arizona Republic Morrison Institute Cronkite News poll shows Hillary Clinton leading Republican nominee Donald Trump by 5 points. The statewide poll asked more than 700 likely voters who they plan to vote for. 39% said Clinton, while just under 34% said Trump. About 20% of Arizona voters told us they remain undecided heading into November. The question has a margin of error of plus or minus 4.3 percentage points. Both campaigns are continuing their missions to sway Arizona voters. The Clinton campaign continues their push in Tempe. Chelsea Clinton will be at Arizona State University later this afternoon. Katie Beery is in Tempe awaiting her arrival.
We're here at the front of the line for the Chelsea Clinton event here at ASU in Tempe. It starts in about an hour. We're starting to line up students, faculty, and members of the community. We do know that Representative Ann Kirkpatrick will be here. We don't know of any other Democratic leaders in Congress or in the Valley, but we'll find out here shortly. Tune in to Cronkite News at 5 p.m. on Arizona PBS for live coverage of the event.
An incident in Yavapai County that has some claiming voter fraud. More than 2,500 ballots were sent to Yavapai County voters with an incorrect return-by date. Some return-by envelopes incorrectly stamped a return-by date of November 18th, 10 days after the mail-in deadline. The Yavapai County recorder says each voter who received an incorrect ballot was sent a letter instructing them to send ballots in by November 8th by 7 p.m. The county recommends mailing ballots by Wednesday, November 2nd to ensure your vote is counted. Be sure to join us tonight at 5 on Arizona PBS for continuing election coverage. We'll give you some hashtag Wednesday wisdom as the presidential candidates head into the final debate in Las Vegas. Plus, it's more than Halloween decorations livening up some Phoenix neighborhoods. A look at how residents can win free money to bring their community to life. That's it for this Cronkite News update. Find us online at arizonapbs.org. And for Arizona news updates throughout the day, follow us on Facebook and Twitter.